Hello there, so welcome back to part 3 of the stone miner build. If you haven't seen parts 1 and 2, then please go and see them first. We will get started. Oh, this thing doesn't work unless you put a duck on the front to keep a watchful eye. So now the duck is there, it will be fine. I'm just going to remove the beacon because it's a little bit noisy. And we're going to... So this is just going to be a few little bits and bobs, and I'll show you the little changeover for the saw setup. So we'll start with a battery container, which I put on these sides. On the survival one I put 2 small chests, but I don't believe they're in creative at the moment, so I'll just put a big one for now. So I use that just to put extra bits and bobs in, the batteries, some food, a bit of ammo as well if you've got the spud guns, and a place to keep the parts that you take off. So you just put them in the chest, so you know they're always there. Because there's nothing worse than going out thinking, oh, I wanted to swap over but I can't. Whereas if they're all in a chest, if you do want to swap it over while you're out and about, then you can. But I find that usually you'll sort of do quite a lot of mining with stone, so this setup will be there for quite a bit, and then when you're ready to do some tree harvesting, you can then swap it over and then leave it with the saws on for quite a while. So the idea, so we're just going to take all this off. The idea, we're not going to dismantle this main bit, just some of the parts. And the idea is you want to try and do it not as quickly as possible. There's no rush, but you don't want to start faffing around with dismantling all this. So it's a case of just taking these bits off. Just one block down this time, and I usually come a couple of blocks out. And then we have the saw blades. I'd say, yeah, still use suspension with them. Just helps take some of the impact and stops pushing the actual machine off. Like off course. Just takes a little bit of the impact. So with this, we're just going to use the smaller corners. Couple of bearings. So once you do this a couple of times, you'll get to know what you need to replace. It's quite simple, really. But say if you just watch the video a couple of times, just get an idea. And then once you've done it a couple of times, you do it with your eyes closed. The saw blades, connect them up to whatever you're using to drive them, whether it be a controller or engines. Go into the settings again, put them all at 360. And we'll just make sure they're going the right way. Again, with these, I'm pretty sure I've seen logs like with this one, they come in and they fly off this way. And when I changed it, I noticed that they threw it into this one. So I'm sure that does happen. I'm sure it wasn't just me. I'm sure I did see that. So yeah, that's the reasoning for that. and I do think it helps. So yeah, so the saws go into each other, so as the log hits, it throws it into the middle. And that's the same settings. So I've not changed anything else. So you've still got your main one. So that can help for cutting the tree down, goes in the middle. You can get rid of the stump. And then you can, once you've cut it down, I usually find you can just go along the length of the tree and it should hopefully pull it into that middle and start cutting. And if you're using the pistons again, if bits get trapped in that middle bit, you can bring them and force them onto them other saw blades. So yeah, that's pretty much the build done. So I think it works pretty well. I'm quite pleased with how it turned out. You can make it as pretty or as basic as you want it to be. Again, if you want to change the material, but I just found I built it out of wood one to begin with, and I didn't really want to strip it all down and and change it over. One thing you can do, if you're drilling, you can use the saws on the side. If you're worried about bots taking a whack at it, or if you've got a couple of more saws, you can just leave them always on the side. And I find it just gives you enough time to see them come in. They back off, you can jump out, and then yeah, shoot them up. So yeah, that's pretty much the build. I hope it was informative. I hope you like it. Please leave any comments you have. I'm on Discord, the Scrap Mechanic Discord, as Jigglepin. If you do, I'd love to see your screenshots and whatnot, or if you change it slightly, or yeah, it'd be interesting to see what you guys come up with. One thing, don't forget that duck. Very important. Alright guys, alright, thanks very much. Hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you next time. Thank you, bye.